Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special guest. We have my old friend Luke Richardson joining me. We're going to try out a little thing today, and it's all, I don't know if you can even see that in the camera, probably. Oh, you probably can, I think. Well, hello there. Anyway, we're going to try this today, and Luke is joining me to talk about all things strongman, because Luke lives in a place that tried to invade Ireland many times, but
How is that anything to do with strongman?
But ye failed miserably, and we beat ye with sods of turf and pikes and shovels. But anyway, let's put all that behind us. How are you, Luke?
Yeah, I'm good. We're here with the special guest, Luke. He's very special. I'm very.
So I suppose the first thing we'll talk about is your bicep. How is it holding up?
It is good. Yeah, it's nearly back straight, so it's not bent anymore.
Oh, that's a plus.
Yeah,
that makes one of you.
Yeah. But what is it? I'm seeing the surgeon next week. I can start using my Compex on it soon, and then in like 3 weeks I can start lifting. So, yeah, I am in your home country, or maybe not so home country, because by that last video, what was it? The
with the oh yeah, because you're in Ireland at the minute.
The slightly controversial Irish one.
Controversy just finds me.
It does, yeah. But I'm good. So I need a haircut, but my bicep's good.
You said there you're about to use a Compex. Is it? What is that?
Do you know the machines that electrocute you?
Oh right, okay. So a TENS machine for all the normal people.
Well, E-stim technically. So yeah, basically, if you use the TENS machine early in rehab, because your nervous system is what shuts down. Because this is a thing that I actually didn't realise. I think it was Adam Bishop who told me this. Do you know when you first have a surgery done, they like test it to make sure that obviously it's been put back together okay. So when you're under the anaesthetic and they've reattached your bicep, they put your arm back straight. Like they can put it straight in the surgery room to see that it's working. See that the whatchamacallit, like the endo button that they put in your arm is like properly functioning and keeping your arm attached. But then when you come back around, obviously your nervous system knows that there's been a load of trauma there, so then you like seize up around it.
Oh, learn something new every day.
Bish said he was watching one of his rugby players once, and they had like their hamstring or something put back on, and then they straightened it and it snapped off again in the surgery room.
But I suppose if it's going to happen anywhere, at least it'll happen in the surgery room.
Yeah, so you're saying if it breaks, they just fix it.
So you're saying they fucking ghosting here. You're saying when they attach it, they immediately test it with a TENS machine.
No, they don't test it with a TENS machine. They test it with range of motion. So obviously, when you tear your bicep, you can't straighten your arm.
Yeah.
But in the surgery, whilst you're under anaesthetic, once they've reattached it, they would straighten and bend your arm and stuff to make sure it works. And then obviously when they've done that with one of Bish's rugby players, they've straightened his leg and his hamstring just snapped straight back off. So then they've had to obviously do it again because they didn't do it properly.
He would have been awake for that as well. Can you imagine you were going on behind you in here?
No, you won't be awake for that.
Well, wouldn't you know?
No, when I had my hamstring done, I was fucking awake and they're just sawing my leg open. Get away from my ass! Get away from.
I'm just going to remind you, you're at a live audience.
This is a safe space.
How many fingers is that? So you're almost fully done. You're ready. How much did it cost?
$5,000.
£5,000 sterling, which is about.
$5,000. I was saying this to you yesterday, wasn't I? I think of money as surgeries now. If someone's like, "Oh, Luke, would you like to do this job for $5,000?" I'm like, "That's a free surgery." Great.
Well, if I win Europe's Strongest Man, that equals 6 surgeries.
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, how much do you make a year?" About 8 surgeries.
Oh my God, you have surgery welded in your brain, and you had to pay for that yourself, obviously.
I did, yeah. So it's a good thing I won Europe's, isn't it? Because I used the Europe's money to replace all of the debt from the previous surgeries to then spend the remaining money on another surgery.
Do you know what?
But,
Like, just thinking outside the box here for a minute. Shouldn't Worlds pay for that themselves? Do you not think so?
well,
Because you were there on their watch in America. They have all the insurances. They have, like, they wouldn't be able to run World's Strongest Man without having proper insurance. So they have proper insurance. I'm just wondering why it has to be, why it isn't working for you. Well, like, why didn't they pay for that?
I don't know. Like, obviously, we probably do sign the. I say we
Hang on a
probably
second.
sign as if I
Let
haven't
me-
signed it myself. Because if they haven't been like, "Hello, Luke, here's a liability thing," and I've been like, "I'm not reading that shit." I'm just fucking.
I can't even read, guys. What the fuck? Let me ask the stupid question, right? Did you ask Worlds to pay for it?
No.
So I wonder, right, if you construct an email today, right, and say, "Dear World's Strongest Man, whoever's in charge, all 24 of you, is there any chance that you could forward me $5,000, please, for my surgery so that I may come back to Worlds next year, as I'm Europe's strongest man, and I think I deserve that much because the last time I had my bicep fixed in America, it came off again. So I decided not to do it in America again this year, but I will, however, accept the money." No, seriously though, I think you should ask.
Yeah, well, fuck it. I've got to send them a form because I still haven't been paid by them because they've been asking me to fill a form in for about 4 months and I haven't done it.
Yeah, it's like forms and
But yeah,
strongmen
but
are
it's
like...
actually just one of them things though. Like, 'cause obviously I came last in my heat, so I'm getting like what
1,500.
What am I getting? Well, yeah, but you get taxed. I'm probably getting a few hundred quid.
Oh yeah, because you pay 30%
maybe-
tax, and 30% of 1,500 is 450. So yeah, you should make about $1,000, which is about £750.
Yeah, but then I've had to pay £5,000 on my bicep reattached.
So it cost you.
So I've competed at World and lost $4,500.
Do you know the annoying part for you, right, is obviously you went over to World... This is what I'd find really annoying for me. You obviously went over to World's Strongest Man, right, as Europe's Strongest Man, as a favourite. And you know, the casual...
Well, not a favourite, but like as a...
Well, do you know, you would have been a favourite
well.
to do podium. Well, I had you on the podium, and I think a lot of people I spoke to had you on the podium.
I wouldn't have done bad.
You wouldn't have done bad, right? Okay, yeah, okay. Well, I'm just going to say you would have podiumed. I honestly think that, right? So, for the casual fan of yours and all of strongmen that wouldn't be on socials, right? And you're after coming back from World's Strongest Man and having to explain that again. So, how'd you get? Put on my Yorkshire accent. How'd you get on, Luke? How did Worlds go? And it's like, oh,
Why am I speaking to Darren? Why am I speaking?
They all talk like Darren over in Yorkshire. It's like, how'd you get on, mate? How did it go? Did you win, mate? And it's like, no, actually, I tore my bicep again. Oh, did you not do that the last time as well? Yeah. And the last time before it, yeah.
How did you know? Have you been listening to every conversation?
But it's like, even for me, going over to World's Strongest Man as a reserve, and like, people knew I was going, obviously, and they're in the gym. I was like, how'd you get on? I did social media. I didn't actually compete. Why not? Because I was a reserve. All right, how did that happen? Because I came 8th at Europe's Strongest Man.
You're like basically just explaining to someone who thinks that you're really good that you're shit.
Yeah,
They're like, oh, you were World's Strongest Man, you're so good. And you're like, no, so basically I didn't get to do it because I'm kind of, you know.
I'm kind of shit. And it's funny then because I get this like family come up to me, oh, look, it's the World's Strongest Man. And I'm like, that's me. And inside I'm like, God, I'm such a fucking bitch.
Yes, sir, that's me.
Yeah, that's me, World's Strongest Man. So I think after this call, I want you to write that email. Hello, World's Strongest Man. Is there any chance you would send me $5,000 because I know you have the insurance? Please.
Yeah, but then this is the thing. I don't know because a lot of people, because I do read the comments under like not your Instagram because they're fucking. I just troll the comments under your Instagram.
They're a different breed.
Yeah, under your YouTube videos, and I think a lot of people are like a little bit confused because obviously they probably be under the assumption that Worlds have insurance to cover stuff that happens in America, but then you go home. Why don't you have it done on the NHS? And it's like because like the NHS doesn't work for. It does work, but it's really good for like life-threatening stuff. And obviously, a bicep isn't life-threatening, so understandably, you are not prioritized, which you shouldn't be because you're not going to die. But at the same time, this is my career, and it's how I make my money, and it's about all I'm fucking good at as well. So it's like I need you to save me. So yeah, you kind of have to go private. One, because you get a specialist who's seen people who obviously do high professional level sport and can fix you to be able to go and return to that. But then also you just get seen quicker, which obviously yields a better result in terms of recovery. Plus also, one of my clients, Ryan Bennett, like people say, oh, I had my bicep done on an NHS and it was fine. One of my clients, Ryan Bennett, got left long enough on the NHS that when they cut him open to fix it, they couldn't fix it anymore. So then he had to go and see my surgeon because they were saying this bicep is not fixable, when in actual fact it was.
I wonder, is the reason for that with Ryan's case, was it because it was non-priority and it took, like, how long was the...
Yeah. Well, example, like I've been on the NHS. Well, I haven't had any surgery with the NHS. When I had my hamstring done, I did like a fucking 4-hour round trip to a hospital. No, it was more than a 4-hour round trip. It was probably like a 6-hour drive, and then it was 3 hours sat in a hospital near Manchester for some reason, because some guy was maybe able to see me for my hamstring, and he just left. So I drove like a 6-hour round trip, sat in a hospital waiting room for 3 hours, got in to see the supposed surgeon, and then his assistant said, "Oh yeah, he's left, mate." And I was like,
I remember you telling me that story at the time, and how awful you must have felt, because obviously you're dealing with yet another injury, a really bad one this time.
I'll be honest. I was eyeing up every bridge on the way home. I was like, this one.
The next one, I'm going to do it. That's just...
Do you know, it's
like,
just because at that
were you
point
booked in with him?
Huh?
Were you physically booked in to see that man?
Yes.
And
I saw him. I saw him in the waiting area. Like, I physically saw him, because obviously this is at the point when I tore my hamstring. It was my 5th operation, so I was like, fucking hell, do I really want to keep trying this? And then that one was big as well, so I was like, maybe this is me actually done. Like, maybe I can't actually physically be able to do this anymore, even if my brain fucking mentally for some reason decides that it wants to. So I was like, right, maybe I'll go down the route of having it done on the NHS, because I know if I go and see someone privately, it's going to be about 20 fucking grand. So my physio thought they'd like basically landed on a gold mine, because there was this fella in it was Salford Royal Hospital near Manchester, who a hamstring person who was maybe able to do it. So he managed to get me in an appointment by speaking to my GP to refer me to Salford, all this fucking bollocks to basically get me there. And then I obviously researched him a little bit, because I was like, oh, well, if he's going to put my hamstring on, like, I want to make sure it's right. And it was like, right, maybe he can do it. So I drove over to Salford for about 10 o'clock in the morning, sat in the waiting room in Salford Hospital, saw the surgeon come in, see a load of other people as I was waiting, and then he left. And then I just sat, I remember seeing him leave, and I was like, oh, he's left. Like, that's a bit weird. But, like, maybe he's just going to another room. And then, no, he just left. And then they left me in the waiting room for, like, another hour and a half after I physically saw him leave. And then I went in to see his assistant, who did a load of tests on me to conclude that my hamstring was torn, which I already fucking knew. And then he was doing the test, and he was like, still feels pretty strong to me. Like, you sure you've tore it? I'm like, yes, I'm one of the strongest people in the fucking world. I've had an MRI. It is destroyed. But then, obviously, the problem that you run into with that is that I was putting off wanting to do it privately because I didn't know if I still wanted to continue. So I was going down the route of NHS. The NHS appointment obviously wasn't rightfully immediately, because obviously you're in a waiting queue. So they got me in when they could. So at that point, I was like 3-4 weeks post initial injury. So I've waited out for the NHS to maybe get it done for free, at which point I've waited, at which point I could have maybe gone and seen the guy in London, and he'd have said, nah, mate, there's nothing we can do with this now, sorry. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously time is valuable, which is basically what Ryan did with his bicep. Ryan went, oh, I'll have this done on the NHS because I can't afford to pay 8 or 9 grand to have it done privately. But then the NHS have obviously like almost not strung him along, but strung him along, and then they've gone in, can't do it, and then have been like, sorry, we can't do this. And then it's only been complete luck that the surgeon in Wilmslow has been able to fix it, that he's obviously still able to compete at strongman at a high level. Because if the guy in Wilmslow would have said, nah, I can't fix this, then he's done.
Right, okay. It's weird that it's not on the priority list, especially when time is a virtue with muscle.
Well, no, it is like it is on a priority list in the sense that they know that it has to be operated on within the 3 to 4 week window. But if there's a big backlog of people, which often there is now, it's like, well, what do you want them to do? Just start fucking hacking arms off, like, like if for some reason randomly a lot of people tear their biceps and there's not enough NHS surgeons to put you on, and then it goes like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and maybe, and then they cut you open and they can't do anything, then you're done, aren't you? So
just to go back to that hamstring injury, obviously you went home, avoided every bridge on the way home. So did you have to rebook and see that surgeon?
No, I never spoke to him again.
I would strangle the cunt. I'd actually go down and say, I'd explain my case. I spent 6 hours, I was waiting, you're waiting for 2 hours, and I watched you leave. And an hour and a half after you left, I was told that you left. You fucking cunt.
I just did what any noble man does when they're about to rage and destroy a building, which is just go, okay, mate, okay. And leave.
It's a wonder you still came back after that, because at that point I'd be like, oh my god, strongman can go and suck my fucking dick.
When I was in seeing his assistant, obviously he'd done all these tests that concluded that my hamstring was torn, which I already knew the day that I fucking tore it. And then I got an MRI, and then he's doing the tests going, are you sure it's tore? Because it's really strong. And I'm like, yes, I've detached 2 of the heads. I've still got one of the heads attached, but I'm one of the strongest.
Are you fucking stupid? Read the MRI in front of you.
And then he said, oh yeah, he's had to leave today, but we can look to book you in to come back next week, or maybe the week after if he's not here next week. I don't think he's here next week, so it'd be 2 weeks from now. And I was just like, okay. Walked out because I was about to set fire to the fucking hospital.
You should have done. Burn it to the ground. Yeah. The only thing is that cunt had left. He'd be the only survivor.
I'd be like the Joker walking out with the bomb, do you know?
Yeah. What a fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
My God. Just to remind people as well, that surgery cost £20,000 sterling, didn't it?
Well, I think it was 15.
Or 15,000, yeah.
It was 15 because every time I went for the consultation in London, I got charged basically $2,000 for a 5-minute appointment twice. And then you had to go up to the desk to pay because obviously, one, it's London. So for some reason in London, everything's more expensive.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why, because I never want to fucking live there. So because the surgeon in London is obviously in London, he's really high-level surgeon. He had a woman do an ultrasound to see if it was still able to be operated on, because obviously it had been a long enough time period because the NHS had fucked me about.
Yeah.
I'd be driving all over fucking England to try and get an appointment to see the Donny, and then he fucking walks out. So, yeah, what was it? So they did an ultrasound, but then because I had the ultrasound done, I had to pay like the 600 quid for the ultrasound, plus the fees for the ultrasound woman, the consultation fees for her, plus the consultation fees for the surgeon, and then you just walk out and then you're like, oh cool, I spent 15 grand, drove to London, like spent like 9 hours in the car, and then just go bing for like a 5-minute appointment, and you're just like, I fucking hate this so much.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Which is
and you know the worst thing about it is it's not as if well, I suppose it's kind of changed now, especially if you're winning it, but you have to be winning strongman to make the pay, don't you?
Yeah, and then this is the thing, like, it's a bit of a gift and a curse, isn't it? Which is when I'm not injured, which is unfortunately the majority of the time that I am injured. When I'm not injured, I can like win Europe's Strongest Man. At which point you're making good fucking money, aren't you? Like, let's face it, like you're probably making like the UK annual income in a night, which I don't think anyone. I'm not fucking complaining about it. No one else is complaining about it, you know.
When you're not injured, you're fairly decent. Like you've Europe's Strongest Man win, you've England's Strongest Man win. You were second or third in Birmingham. I can't remember that one. Wasn't it third?
I was third at both. Third at Birmingham, third at Glasgow.
Third in Birmingham, third in Glasgow. Anyone would think that you were the top competing Englishman in the UK.
Died at Britain's.
Died at Britain's. How unfortunate is that though? That Britain's one. Like, it wasn't even injury. It was like, hello, I am your thyroid, and I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
Do you know what's funny though? Like, everyone who actually likes me and loves me is going to be like, why are you even saying this? Because I tempt fate. Like, I tempted fate with my hamstring the session I tore off. Tempted fate with my bicep the day before with you, tore it off. Like,
do you know what we should do is, like, if fate acts that way with you is, oh, imagine I won World's Strongest Man tomorrow. Are you listening, fate?
But, like, do you know if I was at a strongman comp and I actually died? Like, it'd be such a funny way for it to end.
Why would it be funny? Why would it be funny?
Because, like...
Well, you wouldn't have to pay for surgery.
Right. Finally. Literally, because imagine it was like, right, look at Luke, he's such a warrior, look at what he's come back through, and then I finally get back, and then I die.
Yeah. Imagine you die, like, as you, like, you win World's Strongest Man, and just you're going up on the podium, you trip, fall over, bang your head, and die. And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this has happened.
What an ending that would be.
How much is that surgery going to cost? He's dead. Oh. World's...
Can you fix it? It's just me in a pool of blood.
With your eyes still open. No, look, his eyes are open. I think he's live.
And then, do you know what? I probably somehow managed to still have a surgery and come back.
Do you know what? Worlds will probably send your family the bill for flying you home. Here, can you look after that? We only have $1 billion left.
Where is this even going now?
Where it usually ends up, in the gutter. So
when do you start doing an Arnold impression? That's
I'll do my Arnold impression.
That's
me
as I'm dying.
So let's leave it at that. I want to see if this worked today. Oh yeah, so like, just to wrap up, I want you to write an email to World's Strongest Man, ask them for $5,000, show them the invoice from the hospital, so you have proof there. Send it to them and just see what they say.
Okay.
Do it now, and we'll come back on tomorrow, maybe.
Well, am I getting it? Well, no, because they might not reply in a day. Let's listen. I didn't reply to them for about 3 months, so let's give them some time.
Let's give them 48 hours.
Listen, do you know what the thing that I actually dislike most about World's Strongest Man is?
What?
Having to email people. Like, I lift rocks for a living.
I can't use a biro.
I can't. Like, do you know what's funny is that it actually just goes to show how fucking stupid, like, I am. Is that, like, oh, look at all this hard stuff you've been able to do. Like, I literally get the invite to World's Strongest Man, and doing all the admin work before it is more hassle than doing the comp for me. Like, even now, I'm like...
Well, that's fair enough, you know, because, like, some people are not made for paperwork, and I think if you're not made for paperwork, you would have been an outside boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like Freddie. Freddie would prefer to be outside, so I know for guarantee that Freddie, when he grows up, he's going to avoid farms.
Well, it's weird. It's weird, though, because, you know, when I see an email, I don't see something that needs to be replied to.
I literally go...
No, but, like, do you know when some people see an email, they're like, oh, this is... I don't see it as communication. I just see it as, like, a thing, as, like, information.
Yeah, it's like fucking... email from Pornhub pops up. Your subscription is expiring. Oh fuck!
To Paro Dwyer.
Are you interested in watching more?
Don't cancel. Come back.
My brain is like, don't say it. Don't say it. Anyway. So send that email once we sign off here, and we'll see how we get on. You have 48 hours to reply, World's Strongest Man.
And if you don't, then I will find you.
I will find you. Actually, I probably won't find you because we don't know who's in charge. Can you imagine Liam Neeson trying to find... Who the fuck is in charge here? It's him. No, it's him. No, it's her. It's him. It's her. Just fucking tell me. I want to know who's in charge here. Anyway, guys, thank you all. Thanks for Luke to come on. Do you know, we should do this more often. We should come on a couple of times a week so we can just talk about all stuff.
Yeah, I wonder how quickly we get comfortable and then get each other cancelled if we started doing this on a regular basis. It'd be fantastic.
It'd be fantastic, yeah. Sometimes it's just the right thing to do, isn't it? Like, if you have something on your chest that you need to get out, you just get it out. You say it.
You get it out there, man.
Anyway, I'll see you later, Luke. Good day to everyone here. Make sure you subscribe. This is our new thing now.